That was Hillary Clinton on Thursday, reflecting yet again on her loss in 2016. We're going to bring in now Candace Owens, Director of Urban Engagement for Turning Point USO. Good morning, Candace. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. I'm happy to be here.
Hey, Candace.
So those Republicans and Democrats who say the time for Hillary Clinton has passed, they're just really sexist, is what she says.
Look, this is remarkably tone deaf of her. I think that it's evidence that she no longer cares about the future of the Democratic Party. And I think it's also evidence that they don't really know what to do. They've been flying in autopilot for so long, just throwing out names. Everybody's racist and sexist, that they've essentially forgotten how to debate, how to use logic, and how to use reason. Hillary lost because she keeps insulting Americans, and her solution to that is to keep insulting Americans.
But also, the election, I think, for her specifically, was a huge embarrassment because this is someone who had been campaigning for so many years. She had the DNC locked up. She had all the money she needed to be successful. And here comes this guy, Donald Trump, who she knew personally, never been in politics before, didn't have the money that she had, didn't know exactly what he was doing. There he wins, and he beats her. And I think now she's saying, I don't have an excuse for this.
Right, exactly.
So maybe I should take the woman card.
You're exactly right. And he had the heart, he had the drive. And listen, he was telling people the truth, and it was what they wanted to hear. She had forgotten about the middle of America, and he didn't. She had forgotten about everything outside of New York and California, and he didn't, and that is why she lost. And she needs to just take a second and go introspective and try to understand that it has nothing to do with anybody but herself and her own faults.
Well, someone else needs to do some introspection. A teacher in Georgia, there was a sixth grade student listening to this anti-Trump rant in the classroom, social studies class, and it went much further than that. Listen to this clip.
When I examine history, I can't remember a time when it was great for anybody other than the Europeans.
They're probably talking about the point before all of the illegal immigrants were killing America.
Every person sitting in this room is an immigrant. Every one of you. So when you say immigrants were killing people, you are talking about yourself.
So, I mean, can't we make a distinction in this country that even the student, a sixth grader, said, well, hold on, teacher. Maybe Donald Trump's talking about the fact that illegal immigrants are killing Americans now. And she said, oh, we're all immigrants. Shouldn't there be a delineation between legal immigration and illegal immigration? And shouldn't our kids be taught that?
Of course they should, and this actually makes me sick, and it's not enough for us to just talk about it. It's something that we have to actively do something about, and obviously I work for Turning Point. This is sort of our main mission. You have to understand that school systems, they have really become islands of totalitarianism, and they're using intimidation tactics to sort of push this propaganda onto students, and it's not fair. And I'm telling you, the parents have to wake up and get involved because this problem is widespread. Right. We see it every single day.
This was just one time
this
where
is not an outlier.
The sixth grader recorded it on her cell phone. We're going to have her on the show a little bit later, and we can't wait to hear what she says. But how many more times it wasn't recorded?
Exactly right. This is why we enacted the Professor Watch List, is what we do at Turning Point. And we want people to submit these stories. It's happening every single day, and you would be surprised at how widespread this issue really has become.
You're talking about the Professor Watch List, which I think is fantastic, but this is a sixth grader. We just played you 30 seconds. It's a 15-minute rant that was going on. And to your point, they recorded it probably because there were multiple times before where this happened. Don't we need to wake up to the fact that our high schools, our middle schools are islands of indoctrination?
Our elementary schools, they are stepping in and they are parenting and they are telling students they only have to think one way, and that way is liberal and that way is democratic. And I'm telling you right now, it is poisonous to the way that these students are growing up. They are growing up anti-American is what they are teaching in the school system. They're teaching them to hate the country that they live in, and that's what terrifies me, especially.
Oftentimes the parents don't even know what's going on.
You're exactly right.
Candace Owens, appreciate you coming in.
Thank you guys for having me.